Hey everybody, Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard here. So it's another year down, and it's time for me to once again reevaluate what I'm doing with my channel and kind of what's going on. Because there's been changes on YouTube, changes in my life, changes in the entertainment industry as a whole. So let me kind of catch you up on what I've been thinking, what I'm going to do next year, and kind of where my channel's going from here. So, there's been a lot of changes in the world in general, but a big one, of course, is on YouTube. If you didn't already know, they got hit majorly by the FCC for collecting kids' information and is going kind of nuts trying to correct that. I don't think that would affect me directly at any point, but it's a thing that's happening on YouTube. The other thing is, more and more people keep putting out stuff on YouTube. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's becoming a very saturated market in general. And then just in my life, I've been focusing a bit more on music rather than movies. And I've tried to just enjoy watching movies rather than, trying to absorb them to make a review. And honestly, I found it less and less fun doing standard regular reviews. And if it's going to be a chore and I'm not making money, then it's time to reevaluate some things. So sorry if this video is kind of all over the place as well, because I don't have any notes or anything. I'm just flying off the cuff of kind of what I'm thinking about and what I want to do. So anyways, in the fact of all that, I've been kind of readdressing where I'm at. And I've done some look at my statistics on my amount of views. And so if you remember last year, I did 2 videos every single week for the entirety of the year. That was my goal. This year was just dial it back to 1 video a week. And I'm keeping up that goal, and as far as I know, I'm going to be making that goal. But it seems to not really affected my views one way or another. Overall, my channel has become pretty stagnated. I finally got over 800 subscribers at some point this year, which thank everyone for subscribing to me. It does mean a lot. But yeah, it's taken, I think, a year and a half, maybe even more, to get from 700 to 800 subscribers. And I kind of feel like I'm kind of lost in the sea of noise of YouTube, especially with movie reviews. So if you just search movie review channels, which I did right before filming this, just to kind of get a look, I don't appear at all. I was scrolling for a while and didn't get anywhere near my channel. And I was actually getting past channels that have nothing to do with movies at all. And even if you specifically search for a movie that I personally reviewed, like I searched for Knives Out, again, I'm just washed away. I went ahead and tried my most popular review of the year, Nightingale, and I was surprisingly able to find myself, but it was a bit down the page. And unless you're specifically looking for me, you don't really scroll that far down the page. You kind of just, find what you're going to do, and you're like your first 5 results. You're not really going to look terribly deep. And it seems that movie reviews have kind of gotten to that point where it's just an entirely oversaturated market. Just everyone and their grandma is reviewing movies. And so the movies that I think I have the most to talk about, their big tentpole Marvel stuff, I really get washed away because everyone talks about those. Ones that have, I think, finally kind of gotten some traction and moved a little bit, like I mentioned, Nightingale, are these small independent ones because not as many people review them. But unfortunately, I feel unequipped to review those types of movies. I can tell you I like it or I don't like it, and maybe kind of why, but I don't think I understand film and cinema in a proper enough way to review a movie like Nightingale, even though I did. In a lot of ways, I feel very unequipped to do so. And I found myself kind of putting off doing regular reviews. Not, I kind of have to follow a schedule, and usually Saturday nights is when I film my reviews. If I got nothing going on, I try and do it Saturday nights, and I just keep pushing it off and off until later and later in the night, until finally, like, all right, let's finally do this. And at that point, I'm kind of already tired, some energy's not quite there, and it's just like, why am I doing this? And since I'm really not making any money, and I mentioned not really making any views, is it really worth doing movie reviews? Because what it really comes down to, is it fun? Is it something I enjoy doing? And there's not a really good answer for that. But what I kind of pulled it down to, and it's kind of what I'm getting to the point eventually, I guess, is that I do enjoy the other things I do. I enjoy doing the slideshow videos where I compare different versions of the same character over different mediums. I enjoy that a lot. I enjoy doing the Macabre Movie Mania. I enjoy doing the Raiders of the Lost Comic movie. So there's other things I enjoy, but I think the regular plain Jane movie reviews, I think I'm going to step away from. If I don't enjoy them, then, why bother? Because if I'm not going to make a dent in YouTube, and I really don't think so at this point. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I still can't even get, anywhere near the top of a search, unless you search Matt the Pharaoh Wizard specifically. So then I should just be doing it if I enjoy it. And so if I'm not enjoying them, then I'm not going to do them. Maybe if I'm specifically amused or really have something to say about a movie, but just forcing myself to do that just to get out content is kind of not really doing it for me anymore. And speaking of which, over the last at least 3 years, I made it a point to have regular content, either once a week or twice a week videos. And because I've been told you got to do the YouTube grind. You got to get out content all the time, or you're not going to get any traction. You have to, constantly have content coming. And I feel like I've done that for 3 years, and it really hasn't amounted to a whole lot. And unfortunately, since YouTube is the only video website, pretty much, I'm competing directly with people that YouTube is their career, and they can make daily videos, where I have to, move things around, work with my job, move stuff around with friends, put off special time just to get out one video a week. And it doesn't feel like it's worth it. And so on top of dialing back doing movie reviews, I'm dialing back the amount of videos I'm going to be doing in general. I would rather spend a month working on one good video that I enjoyed making, that I feel works well, and I can fully hang my hat on it and say, yes, this is what I wanted to come out. I'd rather do that once a month than crap out a whole bunch of videos that are kind of half-hearted and half done. So kind of what's going to happen is just that. I'm dialing everything back. Lately, I found myself more interested in music. I'm in a band again, and I found myself playing my own music once again and kind of getting back into that route. And, I had some ideas for some other things that would take more time, and I would like to explore those and check those out. So, my thinking for next year is I'm going to keep up with the Raiders of the Lost comic movie. Oddly enough, and, funny enough, I guess, or good luck, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, serendipitously, we'll put it that way, those seem to be some of my most popular videos, and I enjoy making them. So I'm going to keep doing those. I'm going to do at least 3, maybe 4 next year. I do have to limit the amount I do on those. One is I have to find co-stars, because the whole point is to find people that have never seen these odd movies and show them that and compare it with modern movies. And so I need to find co-stars, and it's got to be different ones. Not every single time, but, I try and rifle it around so it's not just the same point of views, and we can get some different people on there. So I have to find co-stars, so that makes it kind of limiting. As well as, there's only so many. They don't really... You don't see movies or shows bomb like they used to, where everyone forgets about them. So there's only a very limited pool that I can pull from. So I kind of have to think of longevity of how long I can keep that up, because if I do, say I decided to do that every week, I'm going to run out of content very quickly. So I've been trying to keep those, if you hadn't noticed this last year, around movies that are going to be coming out. So, hints for next year is, we have the Birds of Prey movie coming out. So there's a Birds of Prey TV show that people forgot about. So I'm doing that. Wonder Woman's coming out next year. So I'm going to do at least one episode around a Wonder Woman property. I'm not sure which one, because there's actually 2. 3 if we want to look at the original Linda Hamilton one. So there's stuff around Wonder Woman I can do. I'm thinking of something that would quasi tie into Black Widow, and maybe in one of the old versions of Captain America to tie into Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I am going to keep those up, and I'm mostly, like I said, just going to release them around when a movie that I can tie them into comes out. So I'm going to keep those going. My slideshow kind of comparison videos, I'm going to keep those going, and I am going to make sure I get at least one of those out every single month. I enjoy doing them, and I can generally crank them out pretty quickly, honestly. So, it's something I enjoy doing, so I'm going to keep that up, and I think, I'm going to tie some into movies, as well as keep up the ones with the Arrowverse and things of that nature, so just keep that all going. On top of that, I mentioned the Macabre Movie Manias I really enjoyed doing, and I really did, and so I was kind of trying to figure out how I want to continue that, because the original idea behind that show was doing a horror movie A to Z, and I completed that. So I was trying to think of the next step, and I have some really good ideas to continue that and to see where that goes from there. And I've been working with my friend Ryan. You might remember from his channel, Violet Cause, or he's a writer for a website called Pastel Wasteland. He's an amazing writer, and he's agreed to kind of work with me on developing the next season, where we're actually going to have more of a... It's still going to be going over different horror movies, but it's going to have a bit more of a continuous story arc and a little bit more creativity and a bit more going on with it. Kind of seeing what we can do with the Undead Mac character and see where we can put him and kind of things of that nature, and stretch my filming capabilities and stretch my, my creativity and see what I can do. So that's actually been very exciting to see where I'm going to go with that. So look out for that. And I've been thinking about doing a couple other shows. I don't know if I necessarily want to mention them yet, but I had some ideas for some really cool kind of ongoing ones that would be a bit more in depth. So again, they wouldn't be a regular basis. They just kind of come out when I have time. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I want to be more creative. You might start seeing more music stuff pop up on my channel because I enjoy doing that. I'm going to start promoting my band's channel once we start getting videos going. And I'm going to start filming music videos for my band. That's going to be really fun. So there's some cool stuff coming, but if I'm going to do these more in-depth, interesting videos that take more research, that take more editing, make them a bit more scripted, maybe go over the scripts a lot more, clean them up, it takes more time. And since I have a regular job and I've been trying to work out more for my health, I've been cooking more again for my health, it makes it hard to do all that, have a social life, and do these videos. So I can take the time that I would have crapped out a regular movie review, and I can spend that time researching a new video or writing a new script or doing something a bit more interesting that I find more fun, because what it comes down to is I'm not going to be a big deal on YouTube. I just don't see that ever happening. I don't think I'm going to get even a silver play button, and that's fine. I don't really care that much anymore. So if I'm not going to go for being famous, then I might as well do things I enjoy, and I think I have a good grasp on what I'm going to be doing with that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to finish out this year, so I'm going to do my, I believe next week is my most anticipated movies of 2020. I'm still going to do the Star Wars review for Rise of Skywalker, and I'm going to do my top 10 movies of the year. I'm also going to do other videos that I've seen that I enjoyed doing that people seem to like. So like my future of Marvel and future of DC. I'm going to keep those up. Those are a lot of fun to do, and I enjoy those. And just, kind of throw some things at the wall and see what sticks. Looks like I've been talking for quite a bit here, but I really had a lot to kind of get off my chest and let you guys know what's going on. Even if you don't care, I don't know. This, I want to put this out for the people that do watch my videos regularly. I know there's not a lot of you, so I really want to, kind of give you your respect by telling you what's going on with the channel and not leaving you in the dark. Not expecting you to follow me on all my social medias to find out what I'm doing if this is where you get your news about me. So that's my next year. A lot more creativity and a lot more fun. And I think some really cool stuff coming, and I'm very excited. So, yeah, pay attention to that. So, till next time, I'm Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard. Hold on to your hold slots.